Everybody quiet, please.
So we're here tonight. There's a Repton Boxing Reunion. There's a few. There's Davey Nash. He won the schoolboys many years ago. Ray Tabbi was an heavyweight who boxed big. The other big fella, I forget his name now. Frank. And just to talk to them about their careers as an amateur, because none of them turned professional. Only myself.
I'd like to introduce you to Mandy. Without Mandy, we could not have our reunions.
The boys always come in, they're so gentlemanly like. We've got karaoke here tonight, and this is why a lot of them are outside. I think they're a bit, don't want to sing on the karaoke. They're a bit shy of the microphone, but hopefully not this microphone. But they're all good, they're all gentlemanly like, real, well, a lot of them are Cockneys, I think, the ones that I've met tonight and before as well. So yeah, they're always welcome, and they're welcoming to all our customers, because we are a city pub, but we've got a lot of regulars from the city, but they all intermingle and it's one big happy family, so it's good, all good stuff. So yeah, this is the boxing reunion, and it's always a great success, and it's one night I don't mind working late.
My name is Derek Hollyoak. I boxed the Repton Boxing Club between 1969 and 1974, boxed for Young England. Went to the ABA finals at Wembley in 1971, represented the country as a falling international. It's been a great time boxing at Repton, a great team members there, and we all got together as a team. We've done many events within the club, and it's been a great success for the club. When I first started the boxing, I was about 11 years of age. Decided I wanted to box from school. Then from school I decided I want to go to join a boxing club as a young kid, an amateur boxing club, which I joined in West London, Old Actonians. And then it just moved. I went into schoolboys. I won the schoolboy championship in '69, and I was runner-up in '68, and then I won it in '69. But before that I won the junior ABAs in 1968. I did win the junior ABAs. I had about 80 odd fights with Old Actonians. Then moving over to the Repton just started me on the next level.
And I'm here tonight to celebrate the ex-boxers, you know, have a little bit of fun with everyone, the Repton.
Yes. There's great karaoke going on, so we're going to get involved in that.
And these are top singers, they sing in a band.
We do. Yeah. We love Blondie.
Yes.
They're really
lovely.
old East End guys, which we love. You don't get them much round here. You always get the Essex boys, you know. You need
stuck up. We don't like them.
I mean, being a young man like myself,
yeah.
I'm just,
Exactly.
you know, it's hard to, it's hard for me now.
We love you, Micky.
You're used to our attention, though, aren't you, Micky?
Oh, so much.
He gets so much attention. We love it. We get a bit jealous, but you know.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Dean. We're in London, in the city area, in the pub called The Angel, just off the Minries in Crosswell Street. Tonight is a reunion night, and it's for something for all the boys that used to box for the famous Repton Club. To become a full Rob, you've got to be born in 1958 or before. When we was at the peak, the Repton gym was the most powerfulest gym in the country, and most probably in Europe and the rest of the world it was. So 3 or 4 times a year, we all come down, we all have a meet up, a little drink, a bit of something to eat, and we're just reminiscing about the old times. The best thing about all the people is, because we spent so much of our younger days in the gym, fighting one another 4 days a week. Now, fighting's the last thing on our minds. We just want to have fun and just have a laughter. Right, this is my good friend here, Gary Cook. And back in the days in the gym, we used to fight one another maybe 3 or 4 days a week. We used to spar and a thing. And now, we're just too busy just having fun and just
having a laugh.
Having a little drink.
Having a social.
That's it. And this week, he's had a real bad week. His cab's broken down twice this week. So
I'm doing a lottery tomorrow.
So at the moment, he's got two bills to repair, a couple of days missing. But apart from that, I mean, he was a terrific fighter, terrific showman, a lot of charisma. And tell them something about some of your greatest fights, Gary.
Oh, I won a Variety Club Award one night, Cafe Royal. Tough fight, Billy Taylor in my corner, get out cookie, bang, pin in me bum, out I went, you know, and that's the way. It was a tough fight, and I've had a few tough fights. Won all the championship, all the Londons, never a national title, weren't good enough. The Repton is a family. Once you box for Repton, you're brothers. You've got somewhere to belong, and that's what you need. I've trained at the Repton from the age of 25. I stopped training there. I'll get down there about once a week when I can. But once everyone boxes for Repton, that's your family. You've got a family for life, and you belong. This is what these kids need. These kids come to our club, and that's what they want. Get in the ring, 1-to-1. I'll tell you, you won't look back. You'll get the buzz.
Okay, this is Frankie Edwards. Frank, can you tell him when you joined the Repton and what year it was?
I joined the Repton 1979, 1970. It's a bit funny the way I joined Repton. A friend of mine, I just moved to Bethnal Green, and a school friend decided he wanted to become a boxer. And he didn't know anyone in the club, so he asked me to join him and just to keep his company. I continued, and he left after a few months. And it's a family.
Yes, of course it is. And what did you achieve at the Repton, Frank? Did you win the divs or anything like that?
I won the PLAs.
PLAs, yeah.
I lost in the final of the North East Divs on about 3 different occasions.
Yes, okay.
And I won every single fight.
Yeah, we know that. It doesn't go that way, does it?
No, no.
Did you box for England or London?
I boxed for London.
Okay.
I trained with the Olympic squad. I went to Sweden and I trained with their Olympic squad.
Yeah.
But in those days, judges didn't like boxers. They wanted fighters. And if you weren't going to stand and have a slugging match, you weren't going to win. My philosophy was I wanted to be like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, why not?
I wanted to jab, move, hit without being hit.
Of course, it's the only way. But tell me, Frank, after your boxing career ended, you're still involved with the Repton, aren't you?
I was involved with the Repton. I became a committee member.
Yeah.
And I was on the committee for 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
I worked with the club to get through it to become a charity.
That's it.
It's charity status. I made the application.
So you raise money for them, yeah?
Well, yeah. Dab Eden, one of our old boys, is now the president, and he funded the club. But now, as a charity, they can apply for lottery funding.
Okay.
It's now become a unisex club.
Okay.
Instead of just being a boys' club, it's
girls too. So they box too, yeah.
They box too, and the name changed from Repton Boys Club to Repton Boxing Club. I did see Jimmy fight. Jimmy was someone we looked up to.
Thanks, Frank.
You know, because Jimmy had everything. He had class, he had grit, he had determination.
Yes.
He had everything that we all wanted. I didn't want the fights. I wasn't going to stand in front of anyone, but everything else I took.
Yeah, of course you did, yeah. That's brilliant, Frankie. That's over and out.
My name's Ray Tabbi. I boxed in Repton. I first joined the Repton in 1968, just after the Mexico Olympics. My best achievement was getting robbed in the 1976 ABA finals. I remember Jimmy when he was a little kid out of Wapping, because we come from Wapping. And I was the business. I was heavyweight, plus I built like a fighter, but I was a boxer. I was what you call a spoiler. I'd get in there and I'd talk to him, I'd sing to him. They kept clinching too much and give me a kiss on the cheek. I was what you call a crowd pleaser, spoiler, you mean?
My name's Harry Hurley. I boxed for Repton, ended up all through the 70s. The greatest achievement was to win the London ABAs back in 77. Prior to that, the PLAs 76, and had a great career with them. All the lads are having a great time now. And it's forever friendship. I still see people now I see 30 years ago It's like just see him yesterday. It's a great atmosphere to be. I'm so proud to be one of the Repton squad.
We boxed each other twice, right?
I won the first one.
He won the first time.
I got robbed the second time.
And the second time I won.
I got robbed.
No, I done him. I done him. Fucking useless.
I hit so hard, my hands was hurting.
I'm still teaching him what to do, you mean? Honest to God. I remember that second fight, right? I was slip on the side of him. How's that feel, Harry? Because that's how we was, you mean? We was good pals, but the first fight, to be truthful, I didn't want to box that season because 3 weeks before that I lost my future father-in-law, which is true, and I didn't want to box, I mean? Not an excuse because I lost, but he beat me in the first fight, but the second fight I pissed all over him.
No, I rode him up.
I pissed all over
him so many times, my hands was hurting.
No, he couldn't. I'll tell you, he couldn't hit himself.
Someone was asking him, does he want to advertise on the soles of his boots?
He couldn't advertise, right? I'm not being rude, no, lovely fella, we had some good fights. And the funny thing is, his mum always used to come watch our fights, didn't she? Your mum always used to soul. And she always used to give me a kind of laughter, you mean? We had 2 good fights. He won the first one and I won the second one.
We've done thousands of rings up the Repton. We've done thousands of rings sparring. Always at Tabbi, always roomed together as when we was boxing abroad. We was always rooming together.
We always shared. And whenever we pulled a bird, we always shared them.
We always shared the girls.
Cut that bit out.
My name is David Nash. I was captain of the Repton from 1968 to 1977, and I was voted in by all the members, the boxers of Repton, and I absolutely love this club. Even now, 40 years later, to see all these people here is absolutely fantastic. The Repton was the best British boxing club ever. It's got the nicest people that ran it. We had the best coach and the best team. We even took on countries like Repton would box against Denmark, Sweden, West Germany, as it was in those days, and Holland. All really good boxing teams, but they all succumbed to the Repton.
I'm with David Nash, who was the captain of the Repton.
My achievements, starting on the 15th of December 1966, I first boxed for England at the RAF base in Stanmore. I then went on to box for the Repton, for the London ABA, and in 1973 I won the gold medal for the most outstanding amateur. The 2 people to win this before me were Howard Winston and Ken Buchanan, who both went on to be world champions.
Dave, tell us about the book you're writing.
The book I'm writing is about all the guys at Repton when they've obviously voted me captain. They did me a real honour, and I love all of them. People often say to me, you know, what's it got? What about boxing? If you've never experienced the camaraderie and the friendship and the love we all have for each other, you will never ever know how good it is to be a member of the best boxing team ever. I did see Jimmy fight as a junior and as a senior, and he was top notch. Top notch. He was classy. Might have been a little bit aggressive at times, but very, very classy, and had a nice way with him. And win or lose, if you've been in a fight with Jimmy Flint, you'd been in a fight.
My name's Graham Moughton. I was at the Repton from 1971 to 1981, but I'd had 172 fights before I went to the Repton. I'd boxed for England at 3 different weights before I went to Repton: featherweight, lightweight, low welter. Boxed Sugar Ray Leonard, lost on a split decision in Madison Square Garden. Won 3 national schoolboy titles, captain the Olympic team. First world champions in Cuba. I was the only English boy out there, but I represented Bermuda. I'm the only English boy ever to represent 3 different countries: 35 England and Great Britain, 12 Bermuda, and I represented Denmark once as well against Uganda. And there's only been 1 British Commonwealth team ever. I was the only English boy in that in Reno, Nevada. But I had 134 at Repton over a 10-year period and loved every minute of it.
I'm with Graham Moughton, captain of England, captain of Repton, and he boxed Sugar Ray Leonard, who's probably one of the best fighters ever, and he boxed into a split decision
So he was a young 17-year-old kid, Ray Leonard. His first international, he beat me on a split in Madison Square Garden.
What did you think of him, Graham, as a fighter?
Yeah. America had a top fella named Bob Sercom, and after the fight he said everyone's raving about the kid, and he asked me about, I said for what I'd already done, I'd had about 24 internationals already, but for him to just beat me on a split, he had to be something special. And that was in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, what's so special about the Repton, Graham?
At the time we had about, I think we had about 10, 11 internationals boxing for the Repton. A lot of it would have been Tony Burns, the inspiration, but I also think like you had 10, 11 internationals. When you're sparring together, every sparring session was a war. And you learn a lot from that as well, from the other boys.
From you, when I sparred with you.
Yeah,
Remember when I sparred with you, you said, Jim, move over there, and you went pop, and you hit me in the throat, and I couldn't breathe. Then you went, Jim, move over, and pop you out the belly, and I started to breathe. Do you remember that now? We was down to Pollard's Road.
Yeah, but it's a brilliant club. Tony ran it, but he had some good people behind him, backing him.
What do you think of our time? Do you think, I don't want to be big-headed, do you think our time was the best time?
I don't think
for quality boxers? Or?
I boxed for England over a 15-year period from 66 to 1981, and but.
So the West Ham was a good club too, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Before I left Monteagle, I'd boxed for England at featherweight, lightweight, light welter, and I was 152 bouts there. I was 2 years at West Ham, 20 bouts, and then I had about 130 bouts at the Repton. So, but the time at the Repton, that era, was unimaginable. It was brilliant. We just travelled and travelled and travelled. Everyone.
Yes, of course. Yeah, brilliant. That's fantastic, Graham.
Be truthful, I was a weight above Jimmy, a couple of weights above him. I was 2 weights above him. I'd already boxed for England at featherweight, lightweight, low welter, but I was only, like, I sparred thousands of rounds with everyone, boxed for England over a 16-year period, and the only person who ever dazed me or ever, I used to play with most kids, I did Jimmy, but Jimmy was the only fella who ever hurt me. When for that split second, not hurt me, but a little bit dazed. I mean, really was. That's true. Yeah. No, serious. He really was. He was a spiteful puncher, Jimmy, at his own level. He really was. Out of 304 fights, I was never put down. Oh, put down twice. I had 2 counts, but never got stopped in 304. But the only time I was ever dazed was in the gym with you, Jim.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
But I sparred with Graham quite a lot. Well, a bits in here and there. But I watched his style, and learnt a lot off of Graham. Graham was a great amateur boxer. What is so special, Graham, about the Repton Boxing Club?
I think at the time, at the era we was in, you had about 10, 11, 12 internationals, like all training together. We was all sparring together, and when you get that kind of, everyone had their own ability. Everyone was hard, everyone was spiteful, and everyone was a champion. And just sparring with them kind of kids, you ain't going to lose much, you know.
I'm here with Roy Hilton, who was a flyweight at the Repton Boxing Club. And which club did you originally come from, Roy?
Southall, British Legion.
Southall.
Teddy Stagg. Billy Stagg. Yeah. Billy Stagg was the trainer.
Billy Stagg.
And then it was taken over by Harry Holland.
Harry Holland was great, Harry Holland.
Well, Harry Holland trained juniors.
Yep.
And when I left the juniors, Harry Holland advised me to go to a better club as a senior, turning senior, and he advised me to go to see Tony Burns.
Was that Pollard's Road at the time? Or was it
no,
the old club?
It was the old club.
Up the stairs?
To the 3rd floor.
Yeah, he was up there,
yeah. It was upstairs on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And it ended up being Derek Hollyoak. He used to pick me up and take. It was Derek that used to take me to the Repton.
Oh, okay. So when you got to the Repton, what was your first impression when you went in the doors?
Daunted. Very daunted by it because...
The fighters, what do you think of all the fighters? Like Stallions?
Mark Newman had beaten me twice.
Okay.
Billy Duran.
Billy Duran, yeah.
Billy Duran beat me.
That's for okay.
So it was a bit daunting to think that there were all these boxers that had beat me, and they had beat me. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 with Mark, a bit close, but I'd been beaten.
Yeah.
But it was to think that I was in such a club as the Repton.
Yeah.
The Repton's known throughout the world.
Yes.
That I was accepted. To Tony Burns thought I could do something.
Yes.
Like
Did me and you spar there, or did we spar at Pollard's Road?
We sparred at this in the
free stairs, the free floors.
Free stairs, yeah.
We did we?
The club. Yeah, you evil bastard.
What?
I hated it. You
showed no mercy.
You should. The thing with you, Jimmy, you could never. There was no taking it easy. Sparring was sparring. It was a war, no matter what.
Yeah.
You'd always want to try and destroy whatever was in front of you.
But you stood up, so you did
no,
all right.
No.
Same as Stevie said the same thing, but he stood up, so.
No,
you did well.
it was.
But you went on and you won the ABAs, and I said to you, you won the ABA. You said you hit me too hard, Jimmy. Didn't you remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You.
And I said to you, yeah, but you won the ABAs, and you said, what, you want credit for that too? That's why it's very funny. Yes. You want credit for that too, you said.
Jimmy's. Yeah.
Tell me about who you boxed in the ABAs, where were you from, and how did the fight go?
Which
Who was he? Was he a Northerner?
Northerner, I fought a guy from Liverpool. He'd beaten Peter Wakefield.
Oh, Peter Wakefield was a great fight.
Yeah.
He came from Leeds. He was a flyweight.
Yeah.
And he won 3 times the ABAs,
he
Peter
beat
Wakefield.
This guy beat Peter Wakefield 3 times.
Well, he's a fantastic fighter, Peter Wakefield.
And in the London finals, in the ABA finals at Wembley,
they're going to think they're going to beat you.
They
think it.
Well, maybe they did, but.
If you beat Peter Wakefield 3 times.
Yeah. Well, the guy came out, and I was full of confidence because I'd been bowling people over. I'd taken so much stick in the gym from you and from Sylvester Mitty, because Sylvester did a lot of sparring with me over the weekends. I was pretty confident. I was on a high because I was bowling people over, and come the final in the first round, I thought I'd got this guy.
Yeah. What was his name though? You've got to think of his name.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
You can think of Peter Wakefield, but you can't think of the guy you beat.
Yeah. Billy Weaver.
Oh, Billy Weaver. Billy Weaver. I remember Billy Weaver.
Yeah. Weaver can weave.
Was he from Kirby or from Liverpool?
Liverpool. Yeah.
Tell us how the fight went.
First round, I was all over him. And I thought, I've got this.
Yeah.
I've gone back at the end of the first round.
What did Burnsy say?
He said, box.
Box, cool, yeah.
Gone out the second round, I think I'm going to flatten this guy.
Yeah, you're going to knock him out.
The geezer just come at me, and I was getting come back. And I went back at the end of the second round, and I got hit so bloody hard from Burnsy.
Yeah, he hit you, yeah?
He hit me so bloody... He hit me harder than anyone.
Yeah, of course.
Because he said, what you're doing? I was...
So it's 1-1 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, don't pull yourselves together. And Burnsy just rammed at me, he hit me.
Screamed at you?
Screaming at me,
so
as you always did. Yeah. And I went out and knocked him out.
Fantastic.
It was...
So that was a great fight for you?
That was a great fight for me.
Yeah, Roy, did you never want to go professional?
I thought about it. I was asked if I was going to go professional, but I love boxing.
As an amateur?
As an amateur, I love boxing as a sport.
As a sport, yeah.
And
you don't want to make a living out of it?
I'd like to have earned a few quid out of it, which, let's face it, we all got a few quid, one way or the other. But as turning professional, my love, I don't think I'd have lost my love of boxing. There was too many people taking there was too many people to pay before you weren't there.
You had Mickey Duff, you had Terry Lawless.
Mickey Duff, Terry Lawless, all of them.
All that little firm, yeah.
You know, and I was completely turned off by...
You saw right through it then?
I saw through it, and I Well, I've never regretted it.
No.
I have never regretted it. I think I could have done more.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think I could have beaten Charlie Magri, and he knows that.
Yeah, Charlie was a great little fighter.
He was, but he couldn't handle the southpaw.
No.
That's why.
I sparred with Charlie, and I was the only one I ever hit. He said, Jimmy never hit me. Once I sparred with Charlie.
Nah, Charlie, he's been on his arse.
You put one down, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good, but he was a tough little kid, Charlie.
Oh, yeah, it was good. Oh, no, it was good.
But you're right, you did the right thing. You went, but Charlie never earned no money.
No, I know.
Like me, earned no money.
That's why. Why.
Charlie ended up working in the parks as a park keeper.
Oh, no, I've seen Charlie. I still see Charlie now.
You do? Yeah.
And, I always wind him up.
Of course you do.
Yes, you do.
When was it Lieber?
Oh, was it Lieber and other dudes I've seen.
Yeah.
But he's a nice guy, but he can never handle the southpaw.
So, Roy, the Repton is your love forever. You always look back on the times that you remember.
Oh, I'll always remember the
Was
Repton.
that the greatest club you ever boxed for?
Yes, definitely.
That's why we're here tonight, yeah?
That's why we're here tonight. It's meeting everybody, that old Repton comrades. You know, we've travelled, a lot of us have travelled the world together, and everywhere we've been. We've always stuck by one another, right or wrong.
Right or wrong, yeah.
We've always stuck by one another.
It's great to see you, Roy, as always, and everyone else. And Tony Burns, we always tribute Tony. Unfortunately, he's not well. That's it. Roy, thank you very much, mate. Sorry about hitting you. You're not really. Steve, tell us about yourself. And you was at the Repton, obviously. Let's hear
I joined as a kid when I was 9.
9, wow.
My dad was very disappointed in my ability to fight in the streets. So he decided that if I was going to live in the East End and be in the streets, I had to learn how to fight.
Yes.
So he took me to the Repton. I was very lucky that when I got there, no one knew the Repton was on the verge of such a huge success rate.
Yes.
So at 9, I went along and I was a southpaw.
Yes.
Which was so unusual back in the day.
Well, they say you put them down at birth, don't they?
Yes, they do, yeah. Henry Cooper, I think, was famously.
Put a southpaw down at birth.
Yeah. So when I first went at 9 years of age, up to the university house as it was, the old gym.
Yep.
So I got taken into a corner by one of the trainers, Georgie Whiter. Okay, son, he says, put your hands up. So I put my hands up.
Yeah.
And he went, no. He said, look around the gym. I said, what? He said, everyone else boxes this way.
Yeah.
I said, right. He said, so you're going to have to learn to box that way. Okay, I said. So I spent the next 2 weeks thinking, I can't do this.
Okay.
Because I'm in front of a bag, and I felt it was awkward as hell.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working. So after 2 weeks, Georgie comes up, okay, Steve, you're going to be sparring tonight. Okay, George, fine, lovely. So big old gloves, the big old gloves.
Big mittens, yeah.
So get in the ring, the bell goes, because I put my hands up again.
Yeah, like naturally do a southpaw.
Yeah. And he said, what are you doing? I said, that's all I know. So that was it, and I was allowed. I was allowed to carry on.
Yes, I understand.
But you can see up till then, they were turning kids round.
I know they was, yeah.
So southpaws who were natural were being made orthodox.
Yes, okay.
I was lucky, so I was allowed to carry on. And I took to it like a duck to water, as it were. So obviously inside me, there was the ability to fight. It just wasn't very good in the street. But in the ring, I found myself at home.
Yes.
And I spent the next 12, 13 years there. And my good fortune was to be amongst such a great crowd of boxers that everyone had a proper ethic.
Yeah.
But the most brutal thing about the Repton was the sparring.
Oh, of course.
The sparring was just
brutal.
Oh, no other club had it.
No.
And it paid such dividends because we all got in the ring proper, totally prepared.
Yeah.
None of us were ever underprepared for a proper fight.
Yes.
I think what Tony Burns did, the achievement.
No, he was with Len Wellham at first, was you? Remember Len?
Georgie Whiter,
then
Len as a junior.
Yeah. What did you think of Len? I thought he was a great trainer, Len.
Len was as hard as nails.
Yeah.
Never let you off. Always on your case.
Yeah.
Always trying to improve you.
Yes.
Len was a great improver, I think, of fighters. Probably not the mental side, but just your physical abilities.
Yeah.
And I think he was one of those who who insisted on sparring at full pelt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though you were a junior,
No
so
holding
you
back,
no holding back. No, you had to spar as though you meant it. And it was on my dad's birthday, 9th of December 1965.
Wow.
My first fight.
Yeah.
And I'm fighting a guy from St Pancras.
Okay, what's his name? Do you remember?
No, I can't. I wish I could. I can't. My memory is, I'm afraid, it's tantamount that you shouldn't box as long as I did.
Okay.
My memory's crap.
Okay.
But actually, it's come back. Liam O'Kane.
Liam O'Kane.
Liam O'Kane is his name. So we're in the ring. We're 10 years of age, 11 years of age, we get to the third round, and the referee stopped the fight.
Okay.
Right, he said to the time man, right, stop the fight. He took us into the middle of the ring, and he said, "Lads, you are meant to be hitting each other." Because all we would do was dancing around.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we spent the next 30 seconds of bashing
each other up,
the granny out of each other, and I won on points.
Oh, wonderful.
So so it was a good result.
Yeah.
Yes, it was at the Shoreditch Town Hall, and it was in the boys' clubs, the Federation Boys Clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the sort of the
NABCs. It goes on to Federation onto the NABCs.
Yeah. So one of the early rounds of that competition. And I think that the guy was in his 20s.
There you go. He's a man, probably got a beard, a moustache.
Yeah, so there I am, 17 years of age.
No
just
hair
a
on
kid.
your body.
None on my head there.
No, your head now. None on your body then.
And it was a real introduction to proper senior fighting, which we've all been through.
Yeah.
And you can't prepare anyone for it. Suddenly you're 17 fighting a guy of 26, 27, 28.
A man,
And and there's a difference.
Oh, a big difference.
There's a mental difference on his part.
Yeah, of course.
You're doing your thing, but he's got a very different attitude to you.
Right.
Looking back now, I stopped too early.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Really, because I've done it since I was 10.
Yeah.
Suddenly at 22, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Didn't do any training. Found that, which was drink.
Yeah. Too much of that.
Too much.
Yeah.
And I went through quite a few problems. You know what? Thinking back, I missed it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Because there was no weaning off.
No.
I suddenly stopped one day. That was it. I just, there was a day I did and a day I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, boxing gave me the confidence to be in the city and to survive the city. It also gave me a bit of a temper, which we all had. I think when that testosterone was flowing through your blood.
Yeah.
But the great thing it gave you was to be able to stand in front of people, as I did in a marketplace called the Stock Exchange Trading Floor, and to be yourself.
Of course, yeah.
I
it's
think
like being in a boxing ring, I suppose.
Well, I think when you've been in a ring, and
it's
the crowd, if the crowd was 6 or 6,000, didn't matter.
No.
The fact that you've been in the ring, elevated position in the ring, I think after that you can survive anything.
Yeah. Steve, do you remember we used to spar together?
Oh, vividly. There was 3 of us at the time. There was me, you, and a fellow called Billy Taylor.
Okay.
So I was a year or so younger.
Younger than us, yeah.
That's all. But of course, in growth, I was the same weight as you guys.
Yes.
So I'd be getting in the ring, and my old man knew that I'd be standing there watching you two tear lumps out of each other.
We kill each other.
And he knew I was crapping myself.
Yeah.
Because no matter who I got in with,
it's the same.
You were aggravated.
Yeah.
Right. So I knew I was going to get in the ring with someone who was aggravated, and I have to say, I was 15 years of age, 16 years of age. Yeah. It was such a. Looking back now,
it's hard. Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, of course it was.
It was as hard as it's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, of course.
Right? No proper fight ever matched that intensity of sparring with you two. Honestly, because of the aura around you two in the gym and the way you sparred.
Yeah.
There was an
full
attitude.
on. We was full on all the time.
Full on.
No powder puff.
No, none at all.
Full on. I could have pulled a gun out of a shot of 2 years and bang bang.
Yes, I know. Marky Newman, a great friend.
Yes.
Always used to get tickets when you were boxing the Albert Hall.
Yeah.
So I used to come along and see you. I watched the Pat Gowdell fight, that I remember vividly.
Yeah.
Which obviously didn't go your way.
I didn't turn up that night.
But no.
Something was wrong. Go on. But I won't talk about that. There was something wrong, yeah.
I'm sure there was.
Because old Pat would never have gone the distance with
No.
No, something happened that night. Yeah.
But there was some great nights at the Aldgate.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the one thing I vividly remember about the Paco Del fight was your Wapping mates.
All fighting.
Yes, they were. Yes.
They're fighting people. They can't help it. It's in their blood. But do you remember when I boxed Sammy Met? Remember Sammy Met?
Yes, I do.
The camera.
Yes.
Do you remember when I knocked him out the left hook?
Yes.
Come on, that was a tough fight, wasn't it? They was all tough fights. Every fight I had was a tough fight.
Every fight you had.
Yeah.
I mean, you never took anything.
No, I never took a back step.
No.
I never went backwards.
Always. No.
Stayed in the middle.
Always in the front.
Stayed on stayed in the centre of the ring.
Yes. Yes.
Cut them off.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I would say about my sparring days with you was that being a southpaw was such a great help to me.
Keep away.
So it kept you on your toes.
Yeah, of course.
And it kept all those angles a bit different.
Yeah.
And it just was, for me, it was such a great bonus.
Yeah. And let's tell us about Tony Burns. What a great inspiration he was.
Just a legend.
Yeah.
I mean, he never allowed you. We've all got stories of Tony during a bout. When he gets you back to that corner, like getting a proper rollicking off it.
Yeah, of course.
I did it I was on a Stock Exchange boxing show.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I was working down there then. So there I am for this bout, and the kid boxing I knew was going to be a terror.
Yeah.
So first round, fella was I couldn't get him off me.
Okay.
3 minutes he spent all over me, just murdered me.
Yeah.
Got back to the corner. Well, I won't use the language Tony used, but the language he used was, he said, basically, he was in the corner, don't ever do that again, got out, and that was it. I spent the next 40 seconds sitting there, contemplating that I had to be better.
Yeah.
And I was, and I managed to stop him in the third round, so
fantastic.
The crowd were happy. Tony was ecstatic, but Tony's motivational skills were basic.
Yeah.
I mean, he got you at your core.
Yeah.
He knew where we all worked.
Yeah.
He ticked all those right boxes. When you needed a telling off,
he told you.
He told you.
Yeah.
You know, when you needed calming down, he'd calm you.
Yeah.
I think he had everything for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because he lived and breathed that club. It's testament, to, I think, to his abilities.
Yeah.
That crowd that's here today, that we boxed them at that period of time. Produced such great champions.
But you had some great amateurs who could have been great pros.
Yes.
Who never went professional, which to me was the right thing to do because I went professional and I realised what it was like, you know.
It's not always right for everyone.
No, it ain't right, yeah.
You know, the Repton wouldn't be anywhere what it is now without the basis he put in place. He put all those building blocks in place where it is now.
Yeah, of course.
And the success it has now.
Yes.
And without him, that would never have happened.
Steve, what does this club really mean to you?
Everything. Because without being at the club at the age of 9 till I was 22, I'd never have got the opportunities I had in life without the Repton.
Exactly.
You know, the Repton gave me everything.
The connection.
And I owe it everything. I walked away from it when I was 22 because I'd had enough, but never forgotten it. And I was always proud to be able to say, I boxed the Repton.
Steve, you always come for the reunion, don't you?
Always.
And you live, where do you live now?
I live out in Epsom. Just
so that's a long way out, yeah?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So you have to get on a train to come in here, and when you say, I'll elbow that, and you don't because you respect the boxers, that's why,
the last one, you don't shout from the rooftops, I boxed the Repton.
Yeah.
That's just showing off.
Yeah.
But I think you do, when you're asked, and you can tell someone, I boxed the Repton, you feel good.
Steve, that's fantastic.
Jim, pleasure.
Great, that's how you
good
end
to see you, mate.
Fantastic. Yes.
We're here today. Who was the best captain at Repton?
I wasn't a captain.
No, I was.
I was never a captain. He's a captain. I'll talk to you in a minute, 1 second.
In the city of London, in the Minrays, just off the Minrays. Oh. Sorry.